Hi, everybody. Good evening. Hi. My name is Carrie Gilchrist, and I am the Artistic and Executive Director of Level Institute. I'm so happy to be here tonight. I've been traveling around to all the programs and haven't been here in Fort Lauderdale in 4 summers, so I've missed it, and I've missed this audience, I missed these people. I'm very happy to be here and be back. I've been here in spirit and in work, but not in pleasure with all of you enjoying the show. So happy to be here tonight. This summer is our biggest Level summer ever. We have 14 workshops happening across the United States and in Sweden this summer. It is huge. 10 years ago we had 3 workshops in the summer, and now we have 14. Tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday, we have 4 programs running. We have a performance in here of a brand new show. We have a performance next door at the Black Box, which you should check out, at 2 and 5 tomorrow and 2 and 5 on Saturday. The juniors wrote a show called Powerless. I've only seen pieces of it, but I can't wait to see the whole thing. Tomorrow night in Colby, Kansas. Kansas? Who's from Kansas? They have a new show opening there called, what's it called? It's a number. It's called like 2347. They just named it like 3 hours ago, so give me a break. Sorry? 2437. Thank you, Lily. And in Lomma, Sweden, they have a brand new musical opening tomorrow night as well. So we have 4 shows in 3 different places opening just this weekend. We're very, very proud of the Level community. Our organization is based on people and connections. Everyone asks, how did you get to Sweden? Or why are you back in Kansas? Or how did you end up in Fort Lauderdale? And the only thing we can say is personal connections. The thing that really makes the world tick. Connecting with other people and making things happen. So we are back in Kansas now. We're doing 4 programs this summer in Kansas because a woman in Kansas saw one of our shows in Florida and said, I have to make this happen in Kansas again. And so boom, 4 programs pop up in Kansas. We're in Sweden because a woman who was dating a guy on the board came to a show here in Fort Lauderdale and said, I have to make this happen in Sweden. These are the way these things happen. So our mission is to bring people together in collaborations and to hear the collaborators and to put out a common voice and to help change the world through the arts. And I think tonight you will see that happen. And I think you'll see it happen in any Level production. I hope, that is my hope that you do. There's a person that has changed my personal life in the past year, and his name is Mr. Tyler Grimes. I have been the only full-time employee for Level Institute for many, many years, and this year we brought Tyler Grimes on board as a full-time employee of Level Institute, and he is an incredible human being, an incredible artist, an incredible administrator, and an incredible collaborator. And he also happens to be the director of this program that you'll see tonight, and also is helping hold down the fort here in Fort Lauderdale. So I thank you all for coming. I hope to see you this weekend. Please reach out to us if you have any ideas. Let's connect. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Tyler Grimes.
Hi, everybody. Like Carrie just said, my name is Tyler Grimes, and I'm fortunate enough to be the director of the show that you are about to see. I'm also the managing director of Lovewell, and I'm your Fort Lauderdale Lovewell chapter manager. So if you like the show, awesome. If you didn't, I'm sorry, and I'm to blame for all of that. But we had a wonderful time writing this show that you are about to see. That's right. The students wrote this show. They were not handed a script 3 weeks ago. They were given this empty room, and they created this musical from scratch. It's important that everybody understands that. This is brand new. You're the first people to see it. The 22 students were helped along the way by a brilliant team of staff members. I'd like for them to come out now. Woo! We'll go down the line and we'll have everybody introduce themselves. Ryan, why don't we start down there?
I'm Ryan Judah. I was the assistant director.
Yeah.
I'm Heather Kamar. I was the script editor.
I'm Sophie Septop. I was the choreographer.
I'm Brian Brand. I'm social and multimedia coordinator.
That's Dave Kamar. He's the musical director.
Oh, and that's Nick Aquino. He's the assistant musical director.
I'm Sydney Belvin. I am the administrative intern.
Hi, I'm Sam Robles. I'm the assistant technical director.
Yeah.
Ben Salmar, costume and props.
Hi, I'm Keelan Feinberg, also costume and props.
I am Lori Oliver. I'm co-administrator with Shelly Bernstein, who's out at the table right now.
I'm Kenny Decker. I'm the technical director.
I'm Laurel Thompson. I'm one of the interns.
And I'm Zan Maddock. I'm the other intern.
Yeah, give them this awesome one additional staff member who does deserve mention because she's been an absolute. It's okay. This way. This way. This way. This way. He's so big. One additional staff member is our graphic designer, Toby Waldron, who lives out in California. She did our amazing poster, our playbill, and those awesome t-shirts that you'll be seeing your students wear for the rest of the year. It's a really good shirt. We have some other people we'd like to thank. Lovewell has a wonderful board of directors, and not only are they kind-hearted people, they're people who are always here supporting throughout the Lovewell process. Do we have any board members here tonight? Yes! Stand up, Lisa! Stand up, give them a round of applause. We got more coming later, don't worry. We also have a wonderful team of parents. They're outside volunteering, helping sell concessions and merchandise. We want to thank all of them. Give our parents one of them. NSU is so gracious in letting us use so much of their space every summer, and they were particularly helpful this summer, especially Ed Fitzpatrick and the rest of the NSU staff. Give them a round of applause. Let's see what else we have here. Gary, you did such a great job. You hit all the things. Outside, we do have concessions available for purchase during intermission. We have a lot of new Lovewell merchandise outside, and we just launched a new online merchandise store, so you can customize your Lovewell gear. If you're interested, check out a table outside during intermission. You'll get some more information about that. We also have a silent auction going. Students and staff members in the teen program, the junior program, they all donated their artwork to be bid on to raise money for Lovewell. So check out that silent auction. It's really, really neat. Greenbrier 1897, a musical inspired by true events. That's the show you're here to see today. And it is inspired by true events. When we sat down in that brainstorming circle to come up with an idea for our show, we heard the pitch for this story, and we all, the 30 or so of us, we fell in love instantly. And because this is a new musical, sometimes you're not sure how you should be reacting, right? And you go see something rotten, theoretically you're going and you're expecting to laugh, right? If you go to see Phantom, you're going to experience great tragedy and cry and see a kind of a tacky chandelier land on the stage, right? Here, you get to do a little bit of all of that, okay? If you think something's funny, it's okay to laugh. If something moves you to tears, great. Get it a little louder so the people on stage can hear you crying. It fuels the fire, okay? Applaud between scenes. Feel free to be a part of this with our students. Theater is a conversation. It's not just them talking at you. You get to talk back at them by engaging with that show. So please feel free to do that. Please turn off your cell phones. We have a live streaming equipment happening, and we're filming the show so the students have a nice video to look at and treasure. Don't ruin their memories with your phone. They've worked so hard. Don't ruin them. Please don't ruin those children's memories. Please, turn those phones off. Please turn the phone off. Just, you know, they worked hard, okay? The show will get live streamed around the world right now, and you'll be able to watch the show later in the summer. Without further ado, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the world premiere of Greenbrier 1897, a musical inspired by true events. Thank you.
Miss Shu? Miss Shu, it's me, Anderson. Miss Shu, I was headed into market and your husband sent me to stop by and see if you needed anything. Miss Shu, I'm out here. Alba?
She would find peace. A mother mother should never have to marry her.
Elva Zona Heister Shue was born to her loving mother and father here in Greenbrier County. Even as a young woman, her compassion and spirit left a mark on her community. She was always able to reach out and touch the hearts of those around her. She had an uncanny ability to see and speak the truth. The pastor and myself were blessed to get to know her and watch her grow into the charitable daughter and doting wife that she was. Elva, who was only 23 when she passed, is survived by her mother, Mary Jane Heister, and her devoted husband, Edward Stribling Trout Shue. Mary, I know how difficult her untimely death is for you, and the pastor and I wish to extend our deepest condolences. I know how much she loved you and would want you to find peace.
I think I'm gonna go home and rest. This is too much to process and I cannot hear another apology. Of course, I'll come by later and cook you supper. Thank you. And thank you for being there for Elva. There is comfort in knowing that my daughter lived her life with as good as a friend as you.
I just wanted to speak with her for a moment.
She's had enough for today.
I understand. My brother is inconsolable.
I couldn't imagine losing my spouse. It's hard enough having lost my best friend.
This loss is all of ours.
Elva's death was a surprise to all of us. Now, what everyone needs now is time. Just as the sun rises over the hills, so will our spirits as a new day begins. Just like the mountain tops, we look to the sky. 'Cause when the bluebird sings, the snow melts away. It may be a sad day in Greenbrier County. Winter has come before, and we made it through. It may be a sad day, it won't be the last day. We have to be strong, we must carry on. What more can we do? Just as the wind, just as those winds turn this around, and stand together, lost will be found, as the new year arrives.
Mary, we've been over this again and again. You haven't stopped crying since the funeral last Sunday. I'm sorry, but Elva is gone and we can't bring her back.
Elva is gone because of everyone's ignorance. I don't understand why nobody else is asking questions.
What would you like me to do about it?
Preston, you're the best prosecuting attorney in West Virginia. The only chance I have to find justice for my daughter. Please.
This was a tragic accident. Elva suffered from everlasting faint and fell down the stairs. I'm sorry, but there's no one to blame. No lawsuit to be filed, no trial to be had. Try and get some sleep. I'll be back to check on you soon.
Greenbrier County has now gone to sleep, but one soul wanders, unable to rest. The flurried snow has turned into sleep. Winter brings with her an unwelcome guest.
Though 4 Sundays have passed, the chill remains, as shadows creep and take with them the sun. The frost hath slowed the blood within their veins, a town so lost, their journey just begun.
A new month brings forth secrets from the grave, a seed buried just deep enough to sprout. The road to justice is a path unpaved, but truth will guide them through the dark and out.
As sunrise comes, the people start to wake, and now we join another whose heart aches.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Lawrence. I was looking for the pastor. I'm sorry, my husband is still in Africa. Oh, silly of me. The mission trip and all the confusion had slipped my mind. Is there anything I can help you with? I wouldn't want to bother you. Wait, I know I might not be who you're looking for, but you can still talk to me. I was looking to speak in confidence to someone, but I may not be ordained, but I know the good book as well as anyone. There is a reason we did not request another pastor in my husband's absence. I am capable of assisting those in need. You know, my son was the one who found Elva's body. People are discreet, but you can feel their eyes on us as we walk through town. There are whispers, but no one will speak with me. I need someone to confide in. You can trust me. Let us light a candle and talk. Very well. I'm asking for forgiveness as I believe I've sinned. I've tried desperately to save my son from the life I had to lead. I believe moving to Greenbrier would, God forbid, help my son live a more equal life. A life less based in servitude, but look where I've led him. As a child, I was forced to witness so much tragedy, and I never wanted that for Anderson. I'm out of work, nearly homeless, and my child is seeing me so weak. We've had enough struggle, and I don't want what I know to ruin what we have left here. Elva had no reason to be kind to me, yet she was. She made me feel heard in a community that otherwise wouldn't listen to a woman like me. I was so close to Elva, and it pains me to even think about the possibility of... it swept away by my guilt and all my fears. Who am I to deny the truth and wait? Who can I put my faith within to keep me from my tears? Who can I give my trust, or am I too late? It's like my world has been shattered and the pieces have been scattered, screaming out into the darkness with no one there to hear. My soul feels so filthy. Does this knowledge make me guilty? Do I still deserve forgiveness? The answers are unclear. Why would God promise peace on earth if it's somewhere I can't find? Why would He leave this chaos in my heart? Can I trust that this choice is right and I won't be left behind? Can I trust that it all won't fall apart? It's like my world has been shattered and the pieces have been scattered, screaming out into the darkness with no one there to hear. My soul feels so filthy. Does this knowledge make me guilty? Do I still deserve forgiveness? The answers are unclear. God forgives us, and we receive the strength to be more and more dead to sin, and more alive to God. It's like my world has been shattered and the pieces have been scattered, screaming out into the darkness. Can anybody hear? My soul feels so filthy. Does this knowledge make me guilty? Scream, I still deserve forgiveness. The answers are unclear. Father, have mercy on us all.
Detention again, thrice in 1 week. What did you do this time?
Well, apparently it's offensive to make fun of a grieving widower a month after his wife's funeral.
What's so offensive about a spot-on impression?
Duh! Why, my love? Gone too soon. How will I go on? My name is Edward Stribbling Trout Chew, and I'm sad because my name is Edward Stribbling Trout Chew. One last kiss, my love.
Hey, we're not those kind of brothers.
Could you two be any more insensitive?
Yes, they can. Can everyone find their seats? Miss Winthrop will be here any moment now.
Oh, we will. When she gets here.
You can't tell us what to do. We're in the same grade.
Just take a seat.
We'll sit down, but not because you told us to.
All right, settle down, everyone. This is detention, not recess. In my library, we save the words for the books. Today, you will be organizing those books. Follow the Dewey Decimal System as you work. Elizabeth, take note of those who don't behave.
Please don't leave me with them.
Yeah, Lizzie, keep us in line.
Eli, please. Hey, it's not my fault I know how to act my age.
You'll have to excuse my brothers. They have the maturity of toddlers.
Yeah, toddlers.
And you are?
This is Margaret. She's been in our class for 2 weeks. You know, she moved to America all alone. You should know who she is.
Well, she obviously didn't make a lasting impression if we don't remember her.
And what do you two know about lasting impressions? Your own parents probably can't even tell you apart.
So, why are you here?
I was caught taking food out of the schoolhouse.
Well, then you're amongst friends. These two steal food all the time. If you also happen to like scaring small children, then we will also be friends, because that is why I find myself here today.
Oh, great.
Anderson, here's where we conduct attention. Elizabeth here will tell you what to do. Hopefully next time you'll think twice before disrupting the class with those disturbing stories.
Yes, ma'am. What?
Whoa, we never thought we'd see you again.
Why wouldn't you have seen him again?
You heard about Elva's shoe, right?
Of course, they were just insulting her husband.
Well, he's the one who found her body.
I'm so sorry.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah. Well, I used to run errands for Miss Shu and her husband. And one day, I walked up to the front door, like always, and I'd seen Mr. Shu earlier that day, and he had mentioned that Miss Elva had fallen ill. But I was going to go up the stairs, and that's when I found her. Dead at the bottom of the stairs. And I don't know if my mother's like scared of me or scared for me, but she won't let me take any more work, and she won't let me out of the house, and her and I just haven't been getting along.
Yeah, our parents won't let us even go near their house, let alone their neighborhood.
And now we have to take the long way home.
The people I'm staying with won't talk about it either.
Why do adults always tell us no? My parents tell me no more books, but I want to be smarter than I look.
Teachers say, watch out for that. I want to be free and just go where I please. Woo!
Parents say it's all in my head. Just want to share what was said.
Wanted help, and so I tried. Don't tell me no, and then not tell me why.
Too young for this, too young for that. In school all day, we want more than that.
No, 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 just isn't good enough.
You know, they were our age once too. How have they forgotten?
You're right. Just because we are young, we can still understand.
So what can we do?
Why are we waiting for them to give us information? We can just find it ourselves.
Young for this, too young for that. In school all day, we want more than that.
No, 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 just isn't good enough for us to find our way through our everyday.
Don't want to play their way. Let's figure this out on our own. Let's prove to them how much we've grown. That we have made this choice together, we will have a stronger voice. Too young for this, too young for that. In school all day, we want more than that.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. This
paper, they finally got electricity over in Charleston.
I heard like electricity's like daytime at night.
Electricity. It's just a fad like smallpox.
Whoa! Just because it's almost the 20th century does not mean it's suddenly okay to make smallpox jokes.
Are you kidding? Electricity's a new gold rush. Like, it's coming to us, so we don't have to go to it.
Dr. Knapp,
Is that you, Sheriff?
you all eat on the operating table.
Don't bodies go there?
Well, not right now.
We were just passing through, asking some follow-up questions about the Houston shoe incident. It just so happens you three might have the best answer to the question we have to ask today.
What's the question, Sheriff?
I haven't seen Elva's husband, Edward, since before the funeral. You're his good friend. Is he doing all right?
He mostly kept to himself, but he was back at work the day after the funeral.
Really? There's no one in town has seen him. He must just be going from work to home.
What about you, Nap?
Last time I saw him was when we went there to examine the body. Edward's my close friend, but he was in hysterics. I'm not one to judge the way a man grieves, but his pain was enormous. It made me uncomfortable.
And we didn't even get to examine the body because he was just protecting it. And even though it was prepped and ready to go, he just like kept denying.
So you didn't examine the body?
Well, there wasn't much to examine, Sheriff.
Isn't it procedure to do a full examination of every body we find?
I'm the trained medical professional. And it was clear what happened. I was more worried about my friend than procedure.
We're not trying to drum up any trouble. Just worried about the man's well-being.
I've known the man a long time. He can cope.
We'll be on our way then. Didn't mean to interrupt your lunch.
Oh, and one more thing.
What's that?
Next time you're going to eat on your operating table, at least put down a tablecloth.
Greenbrier County has now gone to sleep. The puzzle put together piece by piece. As truth began to surface, they still weep, just as Persephone returns to Greece.
Since last we spoke, 4 Sundays come and gone. While sun has brought some secrets into light, there still remain some shadows not withdrawn, and still spring flowers covered in frostbite.
As crisp, clean white turns into bloody red, and restless night continues into day, a question must be asked to calm the dead. But whose word can be believed to light the way?
As sunrise comes, the people start to wake, illuminating March and its mistakes.
this is where you have your big meetings in Greenbrier County, a dirty tavern?
The courthouse is still under construction.
When did they start construction?
When was the state of West Virginia ratified?
That long, so there's no hope of it being completed anytime soon?
I used to think they'd find a way to get folks from New York to Boston in a day before they finish that courthouse, but it looks like they'll be done next month.
It'd be nice for you to finally have an office.
Yeah, they don't teach about house calls in law school.
I'm going to Mary's house later today. She still seems like she's not doing well.
You know I don't like talking about this.
Why do you always shut me out? You and I are supposed to stand together.
You're my wife. You're supposed to stand with me.
Of course, William. But you and I, we're a partnership. And if you're still the man that I married, you would understand this is not just about Mr. Shu. Her death affected everyone in this whole town. Remember, a mother lost her daughter here.
So what's going on? Why did you need to meet?
With fear of sounding utterly gullible, Mrs. Heaster, the mother of the woman who died a while back, is now claiming she's had a paranormal experience.
Excuse me?
She claims to have been visited by her late daughter. Though it is possible she may have been dreaming, her accounts of the events are admittedly quite realistic. She thinks her daughter's trying to tell her something, but she's not sure what. She believes there's more to the story than we first assumed.
Do you believe her?
I'm not sure if I believe her. However, would someone continue lying for so long when no one believes them?
Well, you have two choices. You can ignore her and hope it goes away, or you can indulge her delusions and try to help her through.
I guess I have to remember. A mother lost her daughter here.
This tea is amazing. I used to make it for Elva all the time. She loved it too. I miss her so much. Catherine, I have to ask, why are you being so kind to me? It's been a while since the funeral and you're still here. Oh, I'm sorry. If this is too much, I can give you space.
No, that's not what I meant. I guess I'm just confused if it's real or just because you pity me.
Oh, no, not at all. It's not pity. I empathize with you. Being with you helps me through this time as well. I can't speak to my husband, but I know I can always talk to you. Elva's passing is what brought us together. You're the closest thing to her I can find. I remember the way she laughed when she would be happy. We would talk for hours and hours and hours about absolutely nothing. But being around you makes everything seem alright. Elva may be gone, but she's still there in your eyes. I remember her light and the way that she sparkled. She'd go out of her way to make someone's day truly special. But being around you makes everything seem alright. Elva may be gone, but she still shines in your heart. So take my hand, we'll make it through, and take this chance to pick up the pieces and put them together, 'cause Elva would want us to.
is right now. She hasn't spoken to anyone since the funeral.
I'm just here to pay my respects. And I brought supper.
Catherine, who's at the door? It's Helen. Shoo. She brought supper. Thank you, Helen. You didn't have to do that. Please, come in. It's so nice of you to pay your respects. I would hope the same from your brother, but I haven't seen him since the funeral.
I'm sure we both know he wouldn't feel welcome here.
Oh, this casserole smells delicious. What's it made of?
I've heard rumors that you think Elva's death wasn't an accident. Is that true?
I have my suspicions.
I hope you're not implying that my brother had anything to do with this. Edward is a good man, no matter what your relationship was.
I think it's time you leave, Helen.
Enjoy your casserole.
How dare she come into my home and disrespect me and my daughter? There's something about that family that has never sat well with me. I'm sure she was just trying to be really nice. I mean, we have to let go of her past anger and move on. I am so glad you're here. I'm so sorry, Miss Easter. Am I interrupting?
Now's not a good time, Lucinda.
Wait, Lucinda, what's troubling you?
Not now, Catherine.
She's clearly distraught.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't want to trouble you, and I'm not sure if it's my place to say. Why wouldn't it be your place? Miss Elva was always so kind to me, and I feel as if I owe it to her to tell you this.
Tell me what?
I saw something the day Miss Elva's body was discovered.
It can't hurt to check.
Are you telling me she used new evidence?
She claims to, but she won't tell me where it came from.
If you're referring to the paranormal experience, you know, a ghost testimony won't mean much in a court of law.
Let's both hope this doesn't go to court. Look, if I can prove she's wrong about any foul play, then maybe she can finally start to move on.
So why are we here? Why not go to Elva's husband?
The last person to see someone alive is the last person you can trust.
We're not the law. The coroner's not required to give us anything. If you brought me all the way down here for nothing...
I called on the sheriff. She should be here any moment now. We'll be in and out, nice and easy.
I hate having to rip my bread. My sandwiches are never even. What? Pre-sliced? What does that even mean?
Dr. Knapp?
Sheriff, what's why this pleasure?
Didn't we discuss proper eating etiquette at an operating table?
You put a tablecloth down.
George, it's good to see you. Been a while.
Not long enough. Last time I saw you, you put my brother in jail.
Hey, last time you got caught stealing horses in my town, you paid the price.
I miss Jared. I miss Jared every day.
Now, I know everyone in this town, but I do not know you.
This is Abigail Gardner. She's, how would you describe
A
it?
secretary?
A lawyer.
There's one lawyers now?
Yes, and apparently there are dim-witted assistants now, too. The 20th century is going to be wild. I'm a lawyer from Boston. Preston and I are old colleagues. We help each other out when we're particularly stumped.
Well, what has you two stumped exactly?
A case that's already been closed.
Elva Shu's accident.
Mrs. Heaster is under the assumption there may be more to the story of her daughter's death than we first assumed.
Our official cause of death was that she had an everlasting faith. We've already told the sheriff here. It was in the papers.
And we have no reason to believe that's not the case.
For my client's peace of mind, we'd just like to see the coroner's report.
You didn't do a report.
You didn't write anything down?
It was an accident. She fell down the stairs. End of story.
You have to understand, Miss Heaster is under the impression that Elva broke her neck.
Well, it's safe to assume she fell down the stairs.
Are you telling me you did not fully examine the body before determining the cause of death?
I need to talk to you over here.
You all really messed this up.
If I didn't do my job, I wouldn't have a job anymore.
I don't even know why we were even having this conversation. It was an accident.
But how do you know? Where are the facts?
If I find out you two did not do your due diligence, there will be serious consequences.
We want to exhume the body.
You want to assume the body?
Exhume!
Absolutely not.
The initial cause of death was done without proper verification. The correct thing to do is to dig up her body and give her a proper autopsy.
We can't do that.
I understand, but
I don't think you do understand. We're a small county in West Virginia. There's no precedent for something like this happening. We've gone through a great tragedy. People are just starting to move on. We dig up her body now, and this whole town starts bleeding all over again.
And I'm not about to watch my friend bury his wife.
But you can stand not knowing what really happened?
I know what happened. An accident.
Sheriff,
we're done here.
You all really messed this up.
Here you are again. Well, you know the drill. Elizabeth, will you take it under? Of course. All right, so why did you tell us to get detention today?
Well, yes. You see, you all heard the supernatural rumors going around town, right?
Who hasn't? I've been having nightmares.
Well, I thought we could take this time to do some research.
You can't be serious. What is that?
The key to the afterlife.
Mom told you to not hold on to this stuff from Aunt Linda anymore.
It is perfectly safe if used correctly.
What a waste of time.
Sorry, I'm... What's that?
It's algebra. Put that down.
No, it's not. It's a book about ghosts.
Didn't realize that we were keeping secrets from each other.
It wasn't on purpose. We didn't want to bring up any bad memories. We know everything that you've been through recently.
So that's what this is about? You know, I saw what I saw, and I'm trying to move on. I just really wish that all of you would be able to, too. I can handle a ghost story or two. Thank you.
In that case, do you all believe in ghosts? Because I do. You have to hear this one story about our dog, Pepper. Half my lifetime ago, when I was only 6, I started seeing Pepper's ghost and not the parlor trick. That pup had just died, and I cried till I heard a ghostly bark and left me horrified.
Summer, I was cleaning Mr. Dawson said, and then I heard a creak. A chill left my body, and a disembodied voice began to speak, saying, get out of here. His instructions were clear. So I closed my eyes and I prayed to God to disappear.
I know what you believe, but I believe I'm right.
I hear you. I get that life can be scary and all that, but there's always a logical explanation.
If you listen to science, it's quite simple.
What you're scared of is all just smoke and mirrors.
much. Goes for real, we lose our lunch. Stop it, can't take no more. If you keep talking, we're out that door. Sleep till I heard a bump in the night. I was so scared I couldn't make a pee. I'll find a candle to light. The room was so dark, it was barren and stark. Till the moonlight showed our faces, but that eerie marks.
You guys know that it was me. I took mustaches on you.
I don't know what you believe, but I'll leave out the lights.
What's with all the bullshit? You all know you're in detention, right?
We're sorry, we just got a bit carried away telling ghost stories.
Ghost stories? Why?
Well, people brought a book about supernatural occurrences, and while we were reading it,
You guys know this library is chock full of books on that very subject.
No way! Could you show us?
Well, if you insist, I can't turn down a group of kids thirsting for knowledge. Don't be so quick to dismiss. You can never really know. There are clues one can miss. The surface doesn't show. If you have any questions or request my discretion, I maybe know a thing or two beyond my profession. Could be right, I know you know what I'm saying. My favorite thing about a book is you don't have to ask questions for it to reveal its answers. The door is always open if you want to ask those questions no one else will give you the answer to.
If you hear, can you believe? We have to know what's right.
Mr. Crookshanks, with God as my witness, I never thought I would see you back here.
Well, I haven't burst into flames yet, so the big man upstairs hasn't banned me.
The Lord never abandons his children.
Have you heard back from the pastor?
He sent a letter from his recent stop in Nigeria. Says the mission work is going well, but he's not sure when his trip will end. It continues to lengthen in time.
I hope they're helping those people, not just telling them what to do. But what do I know? I'm just a blacksmith.
Is there anything that I can help you with today, Mr. Crookshanks?
Is it true if I tell you something in confidence, you keep it between the two of us?
I am not my husband, but my ear is yours if you wish to seek counsel.
How do I start?
However you'd like. From the beginning, perhaps? Pretend like I'm not even here.
I'm asking for forgiveness for I believe I have sinned. Over these past few months, I've come to realize that staying silent might be just as bad as having done something. At first, I thought nothing of it. He was my best friend and I trusted him. But now with all this talk around town, there is doubt. And doubt is a weed that takes hold of you and grows and grows. If you ask me if he did do it, I would want to tell you no. But if you ask me if I think he was capable, I'd have to say yes. This doubt, it haunts me. And God forbid I held my tongue and something like this happened again.
Mr. Crookshanks, is that all?
After all these months, I still can't believe Elva's gone.
alone.
I am not alone.
I am not alone.
I am not alone.
I am not alone.
Please! What do you mean? How can I help? Please come back!
Greenbrier County has now gone to sleep. They all pretend it's normal, so they say. Yet minds are restless, into them thoughts creep. Suspicion of their neighbors on display.
As flowers blossom, so do their theories. The soil is as malleable as minds. The first truth revealed in a long series, to displace earth and see what they will find.
As we gather for his resurrection, the April rain will wash away our sins. We come to terms with our own reflection, but is this town ready to see within?
As the sunrise comes, the people start to wake, and now we watch as Eve reveals the snake.
We are forgiven, for He has
He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Thank you all for coming to our Easter Sunday service. I am so grateful to see so many of you together again to rejoice in the resurrection of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. This year has been very eventful indeed. Sister Rebecca had her baby, the new courthouse opened its doors, and the ground has finally thawed. As you can see, there is so much to be thankful for, including the resurrection on this beautiful day. With great triumph comes hardship, and the challenges that our town has faced this year remind me of the scripture. James 4:11. Brothers and sisters, do not slander one another. Anyone who speaks against a brother or sister or judges them speaks against the law and judges it. If you speak against a law, you are not keeping it, but sitting in judgment on it. In this reading, God tells us,
What are you doing here? This is not a good time, not today. Stop it. Say it. Say it. Stop it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Stop it!
Mom? My daughter was murdered!
Mary, please calm down. We're in church. Please calm down. Everything's going to be okay.
No, I can't take it anymore.
Everyone, please, calm down. This is the Lord's Day. Please.
Elba came to me. Elba spoke to me. She told me what happened. I saw her. She needs our help.
She is crazy. She's not crazy. She's a mother, and she's hurting. What would you feel? What would you do? It's her daughter, her family. This town's her family. Truth is rising to the surface. It's murder.
Never had a murder in Greenbrier. That just doesn't happen here.
Who are you suggesting did this? Who do you think? I saw the bruises. I saw the malice. I know what happened. I know there's evidence.
Truth is rising to the surface. It's murder. Someone stolen from our lives. It's murder.
If we're going to do this, we have to do it right. Mary, I'm sorry, but we need the dead body.
But she's my daughter.
This is the only way we're going to bring her justice.
Digging her up is not justice.
Is rising to the surface. He won't rest till she gets justice. Till he's taken to on purpose.
We have to go to the cemetery and see for ourselves.
Go.
Don't do this! Leave her at rest! Don't do this to her! Father, have mercy on us all!
I don't like being here during the day. Why would I want to come here at night?
Miss Winthrop told me they were worried about people disturbing the autopsy at the coroner's office, so they moved it to the schoolhouse, hoping no one would bother them. I still can't believe they dug up Elva's body.
You don't need to raise your hand.
How exactly are we going to get into the schoolhouse?
I have Miss Winthrop's key. She gave you her key? Kind of.
What does kind of mean? We need to be really careful. If we get caught, we'll be in huge trouble.
Wait. I don't know if I'm ready to see a dead body. Look, this isn't going to be easy. No one's going to give us answers, so we have to go find them ourselves. Now go. Quiet.
I can't believe you're making a stand this late.
This is sacrilegious. Disturbing a woman who is laid to rest? Who are you going to dig up next?
If you two had done this right the first time, we wouldn't be here.
I am sick of you telling me how to do my job.
Then let me tell you how to do your job. Get to work. If we don't find evidence of the murder, then we dug up this woman for nothing. But I can live with that. But I can't live with letting a murderer run free in our town.
It's awful to think it's possible, but it's reckless to think it's not. Elva doesn't have a voice anymore. This town wants justice. It's our job to speak for her.
Beginning autopsy.
It was a rainy afternoon. He offered me his umbrella. For 3 years, we held each other close. I fell in love with that man, but he fell in love with hitting me. 1869 to 1889.
What do you see?
The ligaments in her neck are torn.
That could have been from the fall down the stairs.
Was a spring afternoon, he offered one last adventure. For 3 hours we hiked the trail. At sunset I got lost in his eyes. I was found at the bottom of a
What's that?
There are fractures in her first and second vertebrae.
Your windpipe was crushed.
It seems to me that there is handprints around the throat here.
a warm afternoon, he offered me comfort. For 3 months we made a home together. He took my breath away, but he never gave it back.
In my professional opinion, it's very likely that she was murdered.
Who would do something like this?
We need to start with the last person to see her alive. Edward.
No, it couldn't have been Trout.
He didn't let us examine the body, though.
All his strange behavior is starting to seem suspicious.
I'm sorry, Dr. Knapp, but your friend is now our primary suspect. We need to take him in for questioning. He saw us exhume the body. If he had anything to do with this, he would know what we just found.
You just can't trust anyone nowadays.
Deputy, go make the arrest.
Oh no, the deputy!
Scatter! Anderson, we have to go. Anderson, the deputy is coming! I'm sorry.
What are you doing here? Did you just... You shouldn't have seen that. You shouldn't have been here. I'll take you home to your mother. It's on the way. Come on, let's go.
You won't believe what we saw.
Even with all these books you've shown us, nothing could have prepared us for what we saw today.
Anderson got stopped by the police. He's probably never going to be allowed out of the house again.
Everyone calm down. Tell me one at a time, what did you see at the school?
Well, when we snuck into the autopsy, we overheard the results.
Elva's neck was broken and her windpipe was crushed.
And falling down the stairs wouldn't do all that.
So she was obviously murdered.
I told you and you and you and you.
William, you never told us that. Ever.
Kids, this is serious.
The only person who would know the truth is dead. Where do we go from here?
Her windpipe was crushed. I have an idea. There's something I haven't shown you or anyone.
Is that what I think it is?
I know it may be a bit unorthodox, but I feel like a spirit board can really help us. It's been collecting dust here for years, and I've always wanted to try it, but I've never had someone to try it with.
Do you actually think we can talk to spirits? Lizzie! Remember Pepper? My dog?
Should we just gather around or something? Or like just sit here? I don't know.
Can I leave? All right. Everyone? Okay, I was bored with this. All right, everyone? Gather around, take a seat around the board. Keep quiet. We want to make sure the spirits know that they are welcome here.
Eli, William, no jokes!
We have... these two make everything ridiculous. Hold on. These flowers will help the ghosts know that we aren't trying to hurt them.
Well,
do we ask her a question? From what I've read, this is where we ask if the spirits are here. Miss Elva Shoe, are you there?
Calm down!
We should ask her another question. Did you guys hear that? Hear what? I really thought I heard something. There it is again!
What are you hearing?
It's not a what? It's a who? What?
I don't have to go to the bathroom anymore.
Gross! Maybe we should say goodbye. No, wait! There's 2 more!
What?
There's 2 more, that's what I keep hearing!
2 more what?
Wives! Trout had 2 more wives!
We have to tell someone about this. Follow me.
Thank you, Ova. Goodbye.
I can't believe they locked Trout up so quickly. Imagine if the coroner had actually done his job all those months ago.
I do hope he gets the fair trial that everyone deserves.
This town is way past fair. You staying in town for the trial?
I wasn't planning on staying past Easter, but seemingly overnight, middle of nowhere, Greenbrier County became much more interesting than Boston.
Usually you wouldn't be missing much.
Excuse me?
Miss Shue, to what do we owe the pleasure?
I've been looking everywhere for you. I went to the courthouse, but they said this is where you would most likely be. Why here?
Drinks?
You're Abigail Gardner, right? I need to talk to you.
How can I be of assistance?
May we speak in private? I'm going to be blunt. My brother needs your help. Everyone in town has already decided that he's guilty, but you haven't. You're not from around here, and he desperately needs an unbiased eye. Everything in this situation has been one injustice after another, and I can't do anything about that, but maybe you can?
Are you saying you want me to defend Trout in a court of law?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Of course, thank you so much. Do you need my home address?
I'll be able to track you down.
Aren't you going to accept her offer?
I'm not sure.
That's absurd. How could you even entertain the idea of defending a murderer?
We don't know that he's a murderer.
You know what you're getting yourself into. You waltz into my town, think you've got it figured out. Can I say something that can convince you? This isn't what you want to do. This man is a murderer. It's clear that he tortured her. Everyone can see. Why do you think differently?
Because I'm operating under the assumption that Trout is innocent until proven guilty. This is what justice is. It's not wrong or right, black or white. It's blind. It should be blind. Can you prove yourself beyond a reasonable doubt? So you think you're jumping to conclusions? It's not an easy choice, but he doesn't have a voice. There's never one simple solution. You know it must be done. This man needs a fighting chance. No one's gonna take a stand. He deserves a plea. Why do you think differently?
You are on his side.
No!
This is what justice is. Not wrong or right, black or white. It's blind. It should be blind. Can you prove yourself beyond a reasonable doubt?
Thanks for helping me decide. I'm taking the case.
Don't you dare.
I'm doing my job. Don't treat me like a disgrace.
That's not fair.
Open up your eyes. We have some new facts to face.
You're just a woman. You should know your place.
This is what justice is. It's not wrong or right, black and white. It's blind. It should be blind. Can you prove yourself beyond a reasonable
break of dawn, all those we met so far will now convene. A man of law presents a ghostly bond. The truth is found when evidence is seen.
The truth cuts ties that can no longer bind, and now we see how words can change a mind.
Oh, so now you're concerned about how Mary feels.
I have always been concerned, maybe just not as passionate as you are.
That seems to happen often in our marriage. You're always passionate, but for the wrong reasons.
What are you implying?
I'm implying that we have been married for almost 10 years now, and I still feel like I'm walking alone. I was the only one who walked out of the church on Easter, and everybody else was just ready to dig up my best friend. A moment when you should have been the only one beside me. You.
You said you want Ella in peace, didn't you? I did this for you.
You did what for me?
Do you know how hard it is when my heart tells me to do something but my head tells me something else? Everything I've done has been for you. I dug up her body for you.
Amen. Good morning, Mrs. Heaster. Oh, good. Good morning, Mrs. Lawrence. How are you feeling today? I know it's been a rough few months for you. Yes, it has, and I feel like I needed God's strength. Well, you've come to the right place. If I may, it seems as though you are in conflict. Is there anything I can do for you? I'm having some inner struggles with how to handle this situation. Mrs. Heaster, I have known you for a very, very long time, and I believe that you have handled this the only way that you knew how. My husband has been gone for a while now, and though it is not the same, not having a loved one in your life, even for a little bit, can be heartbreaking. I hope you realize that the church is a sacred place, and you can always speak freely here. Thank you, Mrs. Lawrence. I would like to apologize for my behavior on Easter Sunday. Edward, please look at me. Look, I'm trying to help you. I got you a defense attorney. She's from Boston, and I truly think she can help. Look, I don't want to know if you're guilty or not. That's not why I'm here. Look at me. Look at my face. Can't you see I'm worried for you? Do you even care? Do you even care what might happen to you? Look at me! Please. How could you be so crass? You made me defenseless, and you kept me in the dark. You
Gardner.
Good luck.
Mr. Preston, Miss Gardner, you may call your witnesses to the stand.
The prosecution calls to the stand the coroner.
Dr. George W. Mack.
The defense calls to the stand the Greenbrier County Sheriff, Hill Nicole.
Calls to the stand the coroner's assistant.
Gregory Phillips.
Calls to the stand the sheriff's deputy.
Kennedy Sage.
Calls to the stand the pastor's wife.
Penelope Lawrence. Calls to the stand child's co-worker.
William Crookshanks.
Calls to the stand the victim's personal friend.
Catherine Crookshanks.
Calls to the stand the defendant's sister.
Helen Shue.
Calls to the stand the school librarian.
Winifred Winthrop.
We have some questions for you.
No, a proper autopsy was not done at the time of death.
Actually, I failed to follow up on the coroner's report until February.
When we arrived at the scene, the body was already dressed for burial.
The defendant was insistent she be buried as soon as possible. The casket wasn't even finished.
He was baptized when he first came to town, but I didn't see him at church every Sunday.
I was not present, so I can neither confirm nor deny if he was at work the day of Elva's death.
They got married at 3 o'clock in the morning in a different town. None of her family was present. Neither was I.
Edward took care of me when our parents wouldn't.
I didn't know him personally.
They didn't know this evidence. I didn't know him that well after all.
This is not the defendant's first arrest.
Not only was her neck crushed, her windpipe was also mashed in.
At the time of the arrest, the defendant complied, but was desperately pleading his innocence.
You can hold me in contempt of the court if you wish, but what is said in the presence of God is sacred.
He's a good man.
He's an angry man.
He is a misunderstood man.
We discovered that Trout had 2 previous marriages. Both of his past wives were found dead.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any other witnesses?
For our next witness, the defense calls to the stand Mary Jane Heaster.
We should go together.
No, I need your help cleaning the house today.
Mama, we cleaned yesterday.
There's still plenty to do around here.
Mama, don't you think it looks strange that we're the only 2 people in town not at the trial?
We have no business there.
No business? What do you mean, no business? We have more business than half the people in town.
We shouldn't be discussing this.
Mama, you're the only person I've had to talk to in weeks, and all of a sudden you're gone quiet.
I'm just trying to protect you.
Protect me from what? I already saw the body. We both did. Not talking about it is just making things worse.
Don't talk about her like that. We're all speaking about Ava like she's some story from across the country. Everyone's forgotten that she was just here. She was just walking the streets and going to church every Sunday. She was a part of this town. I can't sit in that courtroom and listen to people talking about Ava like they knew her like some animal. She's not just a body. She's my friend. I remember the way she laughed when she would be happy. We would talk for hours and hours and hours about absolutely nothing.
But being around you makes everything feel alright. Miss Elva may be gone, but she's still there in your eyes. So take my hand.
unraveled the web he spun.
We've heard the voices of those here and gone. With nowhere left to run, the truth comes out. Now justice must avenge the slaughtered fawn, proven beyond a shadow of doubt. Just as a child's body lays untuned,
Faith in our Mother Mary is resumed.
So you're really gonna go through with this, huh? Never thought I'd be part of the first trial to use a ghost testimony.
There is no way the jury is going to put a man in prison because of a ghost story. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a witness to discredit. The defense calls Mary Jane Heaster to the stand.
Miss Gardner, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Heaster, I have heard that you have had a vision or dreams that brought on this post-mortem examination.
Sheriff Nichol had enough evidence herself without me telling her. It was no dream. Elva came to me and told me that Edward was mad. She visited me 4 times, and she told me that her neck was squeezed off at the first joint, and it was just as she showed me.
And surely this grief must have been overwhelming for you, and there wasn't a day where you did not think about it?
No, ma'am.
Don't you know that these dreams were just founded upon your distressed condition of mind?
No, ma'am. It was no dream, for I was as wide as awake as I ever was.
Then if not a dream or dreams, what do you call it?
I prayed to the Lord that he would send her to tell me what happened. I prayed that she would come herself and tell on Edward.
Are you telling me that you believe you saw a ghost? Elva's ghost?
Yes, ma'am. The first night she seemed as though she did not want to show me as much as she did afterwards. But on Easter Sunday, she begged me to say something.
Miss Heaster, don't you know that these visions or ghostly dreams, as you describe them, are the direct result of your grief?
No, I do not know it. The Lord sent her to me to tell it.
Are you not considerably superstitious?
No, ma'am, I am not now, nor was I ever.
Do you believe the scriptures?
Yes, ma'am. Don't you?
Now, I would like, if I could, to get you to say that these were 4 dreams and not 4 visions or appearances of your daughter's ghost.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to lie.
Then you insist that she appeared to you as a ghost upon 4 different occasions.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Heaster, surely you realize that the jury and I are having a very hard time believing your ghost story.
Well, I was correct about the rest of the story now, wasn't I?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Prosecution, you may approach the witness.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor. Thank you for that.
One day, I can go and ride the escalator in New York.
Escalator?
An escalator. A staircase that moves you.
A staircase that moves you? What is that?
I hear by this time next year, there should be a railroad running through this town.
Maybe by this time next year, this whole talk about the Heaster Shoe families will have died down and we can finally move on.
I just think it's so interesting how fast people can get from place to place now.
Yeah, just how quickly you veered this conversation off the tracks.
Is that Dr. Shoe over there? No, Nap. Hi, Nap. Hi, Nap. You want to come over?
It's so refreshing seeing you eat from a regular table.
Operating table isn't clean enough yet. Even with the tablecloth.
new real.
Alright, stop. I know none of us want to talk about this whole murder thing, but it's happening and we need to discuss it.
What is there to talk about?
There's nothing to talk about. I ruined this town and everyone knows it.
The fault was not only yours, Sheriff Nickel. We all had a role in this.
Mrs. Lawrence, I never thought I'd see you in a place like this.
Needed to take a minute to breathe. Take a minute and breathe. I'm sorry, but I failed to see what you need to take a break from.
I agree. All you've done throughout all of this is sit in your church, pray, and talk to people.
Just because I didn't go to exhume her body and disturb her rest doesn't mean that I'm not just as affected by this as all of you.
You have no idea how unprepared we were for this. There has never been a murder in Greenbrier and it happened under our watch. How can you possibly relate?
It's not like this is easy for me either. I'm supposed to be the strength of this town.
I'm supposed to be the strength of the town. I'm supposed to be the one to protect them. And I couldn't even do that.
Just feel so alone. I'm just a pastor's wife. And it's like I don't even have a voice. And when I do, I'm reading off of a holy script. Now they're asking me to disobey my core beliefs and testify? I don't understand how somebody can lead so honestly and still have time for themselves.
It's like my world had been shattered and the pieces had been scattered, screaming out into the darkness with no one there to hear.
My soul feels so filthy.
Did this knowledge make us guilty?
Can I be considered worthy when all I feel is fear?
Looks like we're all going through the same thing here.
So, where do we go from here?
I know I usually try to stick to the Holy Script and align my beliefs with that of the church, but I think it's pretty clear that there's only one person responsible for this, and he is not in this room. Justice will find her voice.
It's also important to remember that there's only one victim here, and the best thing we can do is to help the town heal it whichever way we can. We can help the town move past this. The answers are now clear.
We will now conclude our trial with closing arguments. The prosecution may approach the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, friends, throughout this trial, the defense has tried to sway you with opinions and character witnesses. I am here today to present to you what I have presented to you throughout the trial. Facts. On January 23rd, 1897, Alva Zona Heister Shue was found dead in her own home by her local errand boy. Her husband, the last person to see her alive, would not let another soul touch her body, which he himself prepared for burial without allowing the proper autopsy. For months, my client was visited by the spirit of her daughter, giving her insight into events no one else could have known about. On Easter Sunday, when the body was exhumed, the coroner confirmed it was murder. But who could have done this? None other than the defendant, Alva's husband, the known drinker, whose temper is talked of in taverns across West Virginia. This trial has been nothing short of historic. I ask the jury to decide what side of history you are going to find yourself on. A wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf. By sending this man to prison, we will be giving Alva the justice she deserves. We all know, beyond a reasonable doubt, Edward murdered his wife. Thank you for your time. I know you'll make the right decision.
The defense may now approach the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Edward Dribbling Trout Shute has been a member of this community for years now, and before this incident, he had given you no reason to believe that he could be capable of such a heinous act. Throughout this trial, we have heard many people speak to Mr. Shue's character, people who many of you have known your entire lives. Elva Zona Heister Shue was found in an empty house at the bottom of the stairs with a broken neck. This was a tragic accident, but that's what it was, an accident. There is no direct evidence linking my client to her death except their bond of marriage and the alleged ghost testimony. Are you willing to send a man to prison because of a ghost story? A ghost story told by a woman who is so overcome with grief she can't even sit through an Easter Sunday service? Today, we must put aside our grief and focus on what is right and fair. We must remember, justice should be blind. While we all need answers, let us not forget a man lost his wife, and he's suffering just as much as the rest of the community. Thank you.
Has the jury reached their verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
In the case of Heister versus Shue, the jury finds the defendant
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Life in prison.
You wanted. There's a mob outside. They want to see my brother hanging from a tree. I don't know what to do.
What I want. You know nothing about what I want. You have no idea what it's like to lose someone like this.
I know what it's like to lose family. Even if my brother survives the night, he still lost me. I might never see him again. I don't even know if I want to see him again.
Well, at least you have the choice. I wish to hold Elva one more time, to tell her I love her and hold her once more.
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but haven't we lost enough loved ones?
He took my daughter's life! It's only just if his is taken from him.
That's not justice. That is revenge.
Then what is justice? I got this entire town to believe that Elva came to me. I got her case sent to trial, they put her murderer behind bars, and yet I still feel empty. I keep searching and searching, but I can't find peace. How do you remember when the wind is knocked out of your chest? How do you remember when your head
How much time did you spend thinking about this before you decided to kill a man? How long did Trout think before you killed Elva? This mob mentality has made everyone lose sight of who they are and what we were trying to accomplish in the first place. We are losing ourselves to the same anger that consumed Trout. All this hard work for peace and you're willing to throw it all away? Do we want to be the same as him? Or do we want to be better than him? We can't let one tragedy turn us into something that we're not. I'm just one person. I can't stop you. But I'm going to try. Whatever it takes. If you do this, you will lose a piece of yourself you will never get back. We have a justice system, and that system has condemned him to rot behind bars for the rest of his life. If we don't honor that, then we are just as guilty as he is.
We are the people of Greenbrier County. Our past makes us stronger. We stand here proudly. We'll fight, focus on what's next. We are the
Thank you all for coming. Elva would be so pleased to see us come back together as a community to honor her. Over this past year, we've had our hardships. Go ahead. Though Elva was my daughter, she has taught me and this town so much. We have learned that when others' voices are ripped from them, it is up to us to go to great lengths to help and honor them.
Congratulations on winning the case.
Thank you. I wanted to let you know you presented a great case for the trial.
For a woman, right?
No, for a lawyer.
Cannot be filled. Her spirit lives through this town. The people of Greenbrier will never be forgotten. Now, let us lay her to rest one last final time.
We've all felt like we're too young, told that we don't belong. Different can make us strong, keep on. When you're told to be quiet, when you're pushed to the side, take a moment and decide what's right. Don't fall into fear, don't just disappear. Get up off the floor you're fighting for. The silence didn't get us anywhere. Let your voice ring, let your heart sing. When the choice is to be loud or voiceless, be the noise for those we lost to silence. Don't be afraid
love ripping. I wish our bread was sliced. I gotta want a snack. Gotta be exact in an Oreos. But I gotta wait 15 years though. Ooh, that's it. Bar after bar, I feel like a Kit Kat. In fact, where is my break at? Hey, oh, hey, get up. No way, so close, I can't take it. If you know what I'm saying, sing with me.
No, before you turn around, take your time to get I'm a barbarian, Bulgarian, so catch your I'll be Liberian, I'm burying, whistle. Like the Julie Dutchess, they love to see the
Good trip. Is it here for tomorrow? I'm gonna save these for tomorrow.
Can I ask? Oh, yeah, go ahead. How soon after will you be able to watch online?
Video.
Only streaming?
Right. No. We'll also have a video, which I would definitely recommend compared with how the streaming went tonight.
Because it was dark and...
Yeah, we had some problems with the audio syncing and whatnot. So... I don't know, probably by the end of the summer or fall. Yeah, but it should be up on our Vimeo usually. Is what
Vimeo. Okay. Cool. Is last year's up there?
Yeah, should be. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm Sergio's dad.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm Nate. I'm doing the social multimedia for the junior program.
For the junior program.
Yeah. Just here helping Brian out.
Yeah. All right. Great show.
Thank you. How am I